Boing Boing is a website, first established as a zine in 1988, later becoming a group blog. Common themes include technology, futurism, science fiction, gadgets, intellectual property, Disney and left-wing politics. And it twice won the Bloggies for Weblog of the Year, in 2004 and 2005. The editors are Mart Frauenfelder, Cory Doctorow, David Pescovitz, Xenijardin, and Rob Beschizzer. History. Boing Boing started as a zine in 1988 by Frauenfelder and Carla Sinclair, his wife. Issues were subtitled "The World's Greatest Neurozine." Associate editors included Gareth Branwen, John Lepkowski, and Paco Nathan. Along with Mondo 2000, Boing Boing was an influence in the development of the cyberpunk subculture. It reached a maximum circulation of 17,500 copies. The last issue of the zine was number 15. Boing Boing became a website in 1995 and 1 year later was a web-only publication. While researching for an article about blogs in 1999, Frauenfelder became acquainted with the Blogger software, which led to the relaunch of Boing Boing as a weblog on the 21st of January 2000, described as a directory of wonderful things. Over time, Frauenfelder was joined by 4 co-editors, Doctorow, Pescovitz, Jardin and Beschizzer, who previously contributed to Wired magazine. Maggie Kurth-Baker, after a run as a guest blogger in 2009, joined the site as its science editor. In September 2003, Boing Boing removed their Quick Topics user comment feature without warning or explanation. Xenijardin was also a guest on the NewsHour with Jim Lehrer to discuss the Washington Post's decision to remove their comments section, and spoke from her experience at Boing Boing. In August 2007, a redesigned site was launched, which included a restored comment facility, moderated by Teresa Nielsen Hayden. In 2004, the project incorporated as Happy Mutants LLC, and John Battle became the blog's business manager. Boing Boing, by the mid-2000s, had become one of the most read and linked to blogs in the world, according to Fast Company. The site added advertising over the course of late 2004, placed above and to the left and right of material, and, in 2005, in the site's RSS feed as well. Editor Cory Doctorow noted that, John Battle said it's going to be harder to make a little money to pay your bandwidth bills than it will be to make a lot of money and have a real source of income from this. The advertising income during the first quarter was already $27,000. And as of 2010, update. Boing Boing still makes a nice living for its founders and a handful of contract employees, but is no longer member of Battle's blog network, Federated Media Publishing Inc. Boing Boing featured a guest blogger, Sidebar, then stopped the series in summer of 2004. In 2008, the guest blogger series resumed, with guests posting in the main blog for 2-week periods. Guests have included Charles Platt, John Shirley, Tiffany Lee Brown, Karen Marcello of Survival Research Laboratories, Johannes Grenzfurthner of Monochrome, Rudy Rucker, Gareth Branwen, Wiley Wiggins, Jason Scott of TextFiles.com, Jess Amine West of Librarian.net, journalists Danny O'Brien and Quinn Norton and comedian John Hodgman. In September 2006, Boing Boing introduced a weekly podcast, Boing Boing Boing, intended to cover the week's posts and upcoming projects. The show's cast consists of the Boing Boing editors accompanied by a weekly guest. In the same month, Boing Boing introduced a second podcast called Get Illuminated, which features interviews with writers, artists, and other creatives. The site's own original content is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution non-commercial license, as of August 2008. In September 2009, Boing Boing refused to comply with a demand from Polo Ralph Lauren's lawyers to remove a post concerning a heavily manipulated image of model Philippa Hamilton. Originally published by the Photoshop Disasters blog, which was itself forced to comply by its hosting provider, Ralph Lauren issued DMCA takedown notices to Boing Boing's ISP and Blogspot, which hosts Photoshop Disasters, claiming their use of the image infringed copyright. Blogspot complied, but Boing Boing's ISP consulted with Boing Boing and agreed that the image was fair use. As a result, Boing Boing issued a mocking rebuttal, using the same image again and posting the takedown notice. The rebuttal was widely reported, including on frequently viewed websites such as the Huffington Post and ABC News. On the evening of the 27th of October 2010, somebody hacked the Boing Boing website. About 1 hour later, it was down, but then returned. On the 3rd of May 2011, the first podcast of Geek was released. Geek is a podcast where the editors and friends of Boing Boing talk about comic books, science fiction and fantasy, video games, TV shows, music, movies, tools, gadgets, apps, and other neat stuff. In the first episode of Boing Boing's Geek, Rob Bischizer and Mark Frauenfelder discussed subjects such as the video game Portal 2, graphic novels, upcoming science fiction books, and recommendations of some of their favorite adventure games for mobile platforms. Geek has since been joined by several other podcasts. In 2013, Boing Boing switched from the proprietary Discuss comment system to Discourse, an open-source internet forum developed by Jeff Atwood, Robin Ward and Sam Saffron. Unicorn Chaser. Unicorn Chaser is a concept created by Boing Boing editors as an antidote to blog postings linking to sites containing disgusting or shocking images. The shocking post would be immediately followed by another post containing a picture of a unicorn. Xenijardin posted the first one in August 2003 as a reply to a picture of a rash that editor Mark Frauenfelder posted in an attempt to get readers to diagnose it for him. It has also been used as an antidote for posts containing photos of a brain tumor, a man who pumped up the skin of his face with saline solution, many different ways to clean one's earwax, and a lengthy discussion of the internet video, 2 Girls 1 Cup. On the 18th of May 2007, Boing Boing announced that Virgin America, as part of its Name Our Planes campaign, would be naming one of its new aircraft Unicorn Chaser, after having asked Boing Boing to suggest a name. Boing Boing Gadgets and Off-World. In August 2007, Boing Boing introduced a gadgets-focused companion site headed by former Gizmodo editor Joel Johnson. Johnson left in July 2009, to be replaced by Rob Bischizer, formerly of Wired News. Other writers include Stephen Leckert and Lisa Katayama. Off-World, a blog covering video games edited by Brandon Boyer, was added in November 2008. These sites were incorporated into Boing Boing itself around 2010. Plans to revive the Off-World site were announced in 2015, with Lee Alexander as editor-in-chief and Laura Hudson as editor. Boing Boing TV. In October 2007, Boing Boing started a new component, Boing Boing TV, that consists of video segments produced by its co-editors in conjunction with Decca, the Digital Entertainment Corporation of America. The episodes appear online, as well as on Virgin America flights. Censorship. Boing Boing has been described as an outspoken critic of censorship elsewhere, and operates a high-speed, high-quality Tor exit node. Yet it has been accused of practicing forms of censorship itself. For example, the act of disemvoweling was popularized by the site, literally stripping out the vowels of any comment a moderator had taken exception to. More recently it has opted to drop comments completely, and ban commentators without warning, especially those expressing conservative views, as an example of increasingly stringent censorship. Boing Boing deleted the first 8 or 9 comments on a software piracy-related article with no explanation. Attribution. Violet Blue controversy. Sex blogger Violet Blue has been mentioned, interviewed and once contributed at Boing Boing. On the 23rd of June 2008, Blue posted on her blog, Tiny Nibbles, that all posts related to her had been deleted from Boing Boing, without explanation. The Los Angeles Times featured an interview with Blue that cast the silence on the part of Boing Boing on the matter as inexplicable, causing a controversy as Boing Boing has often presented itself as a stalwart of cultural openness. A heated debate ensued after a brief statement on the Boing Boing site regarding this action stated, "Violet behaved in a way that made us reconsider whether we wanted to lend her any credibility or associate with her. It's our blog and so we made an editorial decision, like we do every single day." In commentary attached to that blog entry, many commenters surmised that they had something to do with Blue's suing to stop a porn star from also using the name Violet Blue, and many commenters found the removal troubling. But Xenijardin said that she hoped she would not have to make the reasons public.